Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your humble host of the night, Save Our Children TV. I'll be back with two videos. Before I get started, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this channel. And please make sure you subscribe and like on my second channel, which is go over to my crime time channel, subscribe over there. And today we have two stories. Um, This is an update to a story we've been following for a while now, and you might know the story is about the Kennedy Maxie story. The man who killed 7-year-old Kennedy Maxie just a day ago, I believe, was just sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. And rightfully so, because this could have been preventable. This could have been prevented. And I'm gonna read you the article, give you the news story, and then I'm gonna give my commentary at the end of the video. So, I say Atlanta. The man accused of shooting and killing a 7-year-old girl in the parking lot of Phipps Plaza has been sentenced to life without parole. Kennedy Maxie was shot on December 21st of 2020 as she was sat in the back seat of her aunt's car outside of 6th Fifth Avenue. She died the day after Christmas. Prosecutors said that Quan Reed, who was a convicted felon, again, let's repeat that again. Prosecutors said that Quan Reed, who was a convicted felon, was angry after he was robbed in a parking lot and started shooting. Maxie was randomly shot. Reed was convicted. Reed was convicted of murder and 3 counts of felony murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, criminal damage to property in the first degree, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. There was not a dry eye in the courtroom. After heart-wrenching testimony from Maxie's family, Channel's 2 Dave Huddleston was outside the courtroom where he talked to Maxie's mother and other family members Monday. I never imagined she would be stolen from me, Mariah Maxie told Huddleston in an emotional interview on Channel 2 Action News at 4 p.m. I never imagined she'd be hurt that way, that she was. During the sentencing hearing, Reed spoke via Zoom with the Farm County Jail and said he's trying to be a better man. This situation is very devastating and hurtful, and I do have a heart, he said. The judge didn't buy it. Up until today, Mr. Reed has shown no remorse whatsoever, the judge said. Mariah Maxie says she still visits her daughter's grave every Sunday. Before I leave, I whisper to my daughter's hoping. Wait, don't go back. Don't go back. Before Mariah Maxie says she still visits her daughter's grave every Sunday. Before I leave, I whisper to my daughter, hoping she can hear me, that I wish we could be together. Maxie said I run my finger over my lips and run those fingers over her name before heading home. What's the news article?
She's been going to school, going. A convicted killer was sentenced today to life in prison without parole for killing a 7-year-old girl. The tragic shooting happened 2 years ago now. News since 4 o'clock. Channel 2's Dave Huddleston live now with the mother's one regret, Dave.
Tearful Mariah Maxie says that all that time she spent going to school, going to grad school, building a home for her and Kennedy, she would give it all back just to spend more time with her little girl.
None of what I accomplished or worked to achieve for her mattered.
or matters anymore. Mariah Maxie talking about how hard she worked to give her little girl, 7-year-old Kennedy, a good life. But it was all taken away when police say Daquan Reed randomly fired a gun near Phipps Plaza in 2020, hitting Kennedy while she was Christmas shopping with her aunt. I never imagined that she'd be stolen from me. I never imagined that she'd be hurt in the way that she was. Reed was found guilty of malice and felony murder. Monday, Judge Emily Richards sentenced him to life plus 15 years without parole. Before the sentence, he listened to Mariah and other family members talk about the pain he has caused. Due to the defendant's blatant disregard on human life, Kennedy is no longer here with us. An unimaginable pain. That pain was felt in the courtroom. Even the judge was moved to tears. Reed said he had learned from his mistakes and was working to be a better man, but the judge didn't buy it. Mariah said she visits her daughter's grave every Sunday, bringing fresh flowers. Before I leave, I whispered to my daughter, hopeful that she could hear me. I wish that we could be together. I touched my fingers to my lips and then run those same fingers over her name before heading home. One of Kennedy's grandmothers said Christmas was the little girl's favorite holiday. She says now it's filled with overwhelming amount of sadness, grief, and anguish. Reporting live from Midtown, Dave Huddleston, Channel 2 Action News.
Okay. I'm going to tell you why. He didn't have no remorse. And it might ring a bell to some people. If a person was convicted in the past and they went to prison for that crime, he's a convicted felon, which means he's been like that before. So he knows the boat. I don't think he had remorse in the past. And I don't think he had remorse now. Because he's used to being locked up. So of course he's not going to have remorse. And this is the thing. The first time he committed his crimes, he should have received life imprisonment without parole. Because he's obviously a dangerous man. Obviously. If he willingly is able to shoot in public and that bullet hit innocent people and end up killing innocent people, he's not gonna have remorse for that because he already know the game. It looks like so-called remorse. I'm a changed man. That'll make you a changed man because you're saying in jail. No, you know what a changed man is? Give me your life to God. That's a changed man. When you're in prison, doing a long time in prison, not going to your sentencing center, sitting there and giving one excuse of an apology. Because first of all, you know, you ruin so many people in the Atlanta area and worldwide. Imagine how that community felt because you killed a child day before Christmas, and let's remind you, it was over a dispute with somebody else. Had he had walked away and went the hell home, or maybe call 911 and let them deal with the consequences, he won't be in this predicament that he's in now. He took the coward way out by using a firearm, knowing that he took a convicted felon, and shot anyways, and it killed the child. And he's gonna have to live with that for the rest of his life. I'm glad that he got life without parole. He does not need to be back on the street to harm anybody else. He obviously is a dangerous person, and the court did its justice, and he's gonna be in he's gonna be locked away for a very long time, and rightfully so. Because again, you took a child, you killed a child and a lot of family can't see their child no more, and spend holidays with their child no more. So at least your family can go up to prison and visit you every single day. They can't visit their loved one no more because you cowardly killed the child. So like, comment, subscribe, turn notification bells, and tell me what you think about this story in the comment section down below. We're on to our second story, a second and last story of the night. And this story is crazy.
All you did was throw the gloves in the garbage. No, bro. Go in the room, lay down. Bro, go in the room, lay down. Go. No, you're not. Go to the room, lay down. No, they can't go. I'm telling you, no, go. You ain't got no covers. Go. No, you go get sick. I love you, but let's be on the cold for you, bed. You wake up in the morning talking. Go get your ass in bed. You let me do it last night. But then where did you last night? Bro. 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 Yeah, I don't know if I can sleep in here. Turn the heater on the way down. It's cold. Now you cold. You just hot. Other body. Did y'all get me in her turn right? And I'm going to go here and find out.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna talk about this story, then I'm gonna talk about that story. I gotta look up and find. Mother is charged with murder and deaths of two little girls and had a son who was age 6. This is out of Relay, North Carolina. So North Carolina takes that L. A Curie woman faces murder charges for her involvement in the deaths of her two toddlers. Lanice Shaniqua Battle was arrested at Duke Relay Hospital on Wake Forest Road Saturday night in connection with the deaths of the girls who were sisters to children ages 2 and 3. Both records show that Battle had 3 children: Heaven Gabriel, born in August of 2016; Maura Lou, born in November of 2018; and Trinity Mitchell, born in May of 2020. Each childbirth still gives us the name of Melbourne, but Battle's neighbors on Norella Ann Court and Carrie said they believed she was a single mom. They told WRAL News that she had moved in around 3 months ago. Carrie police said they had no record of cause for child abuse or neglect from Battle's dress. Information about the oldest child, the boy, the children's father, or the cause of the two girls' death was not immediately available. A caretaker of one of the children told WRAL News that the little girl was a spitfire who was full of energy and always happy. WRAL News had reached out to several Battle's members to learn more about her and the children. Tune in beginning at 4 p.m. for a report from the courtroom where she is expected to have her first appearance this afternoon. Here is the article.
The deaths of her two daughters are calling it a careless mistake. WRL's Matt Hallhelp is live outside the Wake County Justice Center with what we're learning from family members, a conversation you'll hear only on WRL. Matt? Yeah, Deborah, I spoke with the father of Lanice Battle, who was inside the courtroom here for her first appearance. He tells me it's his understanding that his two granddaughters were left in a hot car. Now, the district attorney here would not comment on that, and we didn't learn much in court. But tonight, the mother of those two precious little girls is being held behind bars without bond for their murders. Family videos and photos preserve the happy moments in 3-year-old Amora and 2-year-old Trinity Billboard's short lives. A birthday party for Amora. A tired baby Trinity. Cousins of a Cary woman charged with murder in connection with the deaths of her two daughters are calling it a careless mistake. WRL's Matt Hallhelm is live outside the Wake County Justice Center with what we're learning from family members, a conversation you'll hear only on WRL. I had a mother accused of murder. And she's a caring and loving mother to her kids. At the end of the day, she's not a cold-blooded murderer. Battle also has a 6-year-old son. I'm told he is with his father, the children's father, right now. And now we did go to the neighborhood in Cary where Battle lived, and neighbors there told us they would see her out there with those children. Cary police tell us they never had any calls there for reports of child abuse or neglect. Battle will be back here.
So, so this is the mother right here. Okay. So the woman that you heard speaking, talking about something, she is a great mother, da 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 da. Now, if a father did this to his children, would you call him a great father? No, you would call him a horrible man, a horrible father. So we're we're slapping this mother on the wrist for bad behavior. How is she a good mother? Last time I checked, she killed two of her children in the worst way ever. She killed two of her children in a car. Okay, so that don't make you a good mother. It makes you a horrible mother. Just happened not once, not twice. The DCFS was in her life, not once, not twice, but a couple of times. So that makes you a good mother. It doesn't. And this woman who making this mother sound good is about dumb as a vain dare, because you can't tell me that she's a great mother. Great mothers don't kill their children. Okay, so don't tell me she's a great mother. She killed two of her children, and that's a great mother to you. She be the type of woman to go to court and testify. Take her. She probably had a mental problem or distress. It's always something stupid that people say in court. And it's like, you gotta use common sense. This woman is a horrible human being who ain't put nothing about her children and only had her children for the benefits and the money that she could get for her children. She likes children. And her friend is ain't love her children either. Because she would have been sent her advocating for her children. Okay? Not advocating for your friend who killed her children. That don't make sense. Two children are dead. You worry about how good of a mother this woman is. But she just killed her kids. So how that makes her a great woman? Come on now. Common sense. That's what women, in my opinion, are. And it's not a lot of women, but you have a lot of women who are horrible at testifying in court because they like to sugarcoat things. Don't sugarcoat bad behavior and then think it, it's it's okay. She killed her seeds. She killed her child, both of her child. So I don't think she's a great woman, and that's just my opinion. She killed her 2-year-old and 3-year-old daughters. And let's get the names. See if I could get the children name. Alright. Let's see if I can find the other news story. I have one more story for you. The story is out of Kentucky, and you would not believe it. We have another mother who was convicted of murder after leaving her toddler to die in a hot car where she went inside to get high. And this is the mother right here. That's the mother. Now, excuse me, I don't know why some of these mothers even have children. And it's like, if you can't take care of your responsibility, then don't have children. But to leave your children in a hot car. A Kentucky woman was convicted of murder Tuesday for leaving her 2-year-old son to die in a hot car as she was inside her apartment passed out in a drug-addled stupor. He was too little to unbuckle his car seat. Prosecutors Aaron McKenzie said in the Jefferson County Court on Tuesday. He sat there and suffered while mom slept off a good buzz and temperatures in the car reached horrifying heights. A jury found Molly Schaus, 29, guilty of wanton murder and recommended a 35-year prison sentence for the death last summer of her son Kenton Brown. The coroner in Louisville, Kentucky reports. Schultz was also found guilty of criminal abuse and possession of a controlled substance. Prosecutors say she took her own son to buy drugs last May and left in her car. When she returned home, her son got high on Xanax and marijuana. This was a woman who had a habit of this. McKenzie told jurors in court, according to the newspaper, that Kyle C. was her babysitter. Charles said she doesn't remember anything after coming home until 12 hours later when her mother woke her trying to find the boy. Police said temperatures in the car had reached 130 degrees. When they arrived, Ken had already been taken out of the car by neighbors who unsuccessfully tried to revive him. An attorney for Charles argued that the boy's death was an accident. She's a very nice young woman who made a mistake. Patty Ashton said in court it was the worst day of her life. She will punish herself more than any juror can. Esther says her client, a single mother, told jurors that being a drug addict does not make her a murderer. She is not the selfish, cold, calculated monster that the Grant tried to make her to be. She's not a selfish, cold, calculated monster that they're going to try to make you think that she is. Ashner's tattoo stayed Molly's human. She made a terrible, terrible mistake. That she did. Prosecutors believe Charles' murder conviction was the first in Jefferson County related to the death of a child in a car. George Stephen Jones said J. Fitz Charles had an indifference for human life. I know she was Charles Jones told WDRB, but oh my gosh, she didn't show no remorse. She did not show much remorse. Charles will be formally sentenced in September. I'm sorry, but I don't understand why so much women. You have a lot of women in these states leaving their children in vehicles because they want to go get high, or they forgot about their children, or they're going to bars, or they're going to their boyfriend's house, or they're going here, going there, and elsewhere. And the fact that we have another person who's taken up for a mother who left her child in a car, it's what are you doing? That's what this is. That's what society is. It's the reason. This is the reason why society is so broken. Because there's no accountability in life. Nobody takes accountability for their actions. You have women, mothers, who, by the way, should not even have children to begin with, because they can't take the responsibility. But yet they have children out of wedlock. Then what they're doing is being neglectful, and then go to court and cry to the judge about how good of a mother and how remorseful I am. Of course, her face does not look remorseful at all. That's not remorse. Okay, that's a face that a mother only can love. That's not remorseful. And she only got, and a jury only recommended a 35-year sentence. A 35-year sentence. And if that was a man, and not and a black man, to just be perfectly honest with you, whatever they'd have recommended a life sentence for negligence homicide. I watched The Father, and this happened a while ago. It was on a crime time channel. I think it was Prime Crime. Yes, Prime Crime. That's where I got my looking from. But it was on Prime Crime, and he accidentally left his child in a car, and he was convicted, and he was sentenced to nearly 30 something years in prison. 30 to 40 something years in prison, you know. And I feel like women get like the easy way out, and men just don't way to keep because we're men and we can handle the time. But it shouldn't be about gender psychosis. Women commit the same type of crime as women commit the same type of crimes as men and get less time than a man. And that's why they can get out and commit the same crime over again. So I think women needs to face higher punishment because if a man can face higher punishment, a woman should be able to face higher punishment in a court of law. But this is the society we live in. Like subscribe to the notification bell, you'll be notified every time I upload a brand new video.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to start this story by saying I'm getting this story from thesun.com, so thank you for the article. And I really don't have any sympathy for people who abuse their children, let alone if you're given a second bite at the apple and you still fail your children. If you get a second chance and still fail them, there is no reason for you to ever be a parent again. And I'm not even so sure that you need to be in our society again. This story is just flat out despicable in every way possible. But before I go in, because I might just do that, gotta give you guys a fair warning that you might find my content controversial or offensive if you've never been here before. The information is coming from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, newsweb articles, and interviews. This commentary is going to be my personal opinion about the facts of the story, and I'm hoping that we can use this as a cautionary tale so we can end this cycle of abuse against our children. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. One of these days, I'm going to record that so I can stop reading the whole damn thing. Now, this person is out of a place called Lake Charles, Louisiana. I don't know much about Lake Charles, except that I know it is one of the poorest communities in Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken. If you're from the booth.
Did you know you can receive free cell phone service? That's right. Thanks to the government's Affordable Connectivity Program, you can enjoy unlimited data, talk, and text on one of America's largest and fastest 4G, 5G networks. Cut your costs with
Okay, I found the story. This is the mother, and this is the baby. Right there. Okay, let me read the article. Louisiana mom, 22. She's 22 years old. Is charged with murder after leaving her baby daughter in a hot car for 5 hours. 5 hours. 3 years after doing the same with her other child who survived and was taken from her. A Louisiana mother has been charged with murder after she left the baby to die in a hot car 3 years after doing the same to her other daughter who survived and was taken away by social services. Ivy Lynn Lee, 22, of Lake Charles, left 6-month-old daughter Risa in a hot car for 5 hours on Sunday while she was at work. The mama too had flagged down an officer who told her that it was not breathing. Officer began life-saving measures on the child before transporting her to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. In an interview with investigators, Lee told two different stories, stating that Rita was not initially in her care, but she later admitted she left the child in the car while she was at work. She flagged down the officers and told them her daughter was not breathing. Officers began life-saving measures and ran to transfer the little girl to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Lee reportedly went back out to her car. Her co-worker told her her vehicle was still running, but did not take the child out. She knew that baby was in the car and she chose to go to work for an entire shift. There was no excuse. Coastal Police Sheriff Deputy Gary Stitch Golori told WAFB she claims she left the car running at first, but then a co-worker told her that her car was running outside and she didn't realize it and went out there and just turned the car off. Deputies also revealed the suspected marijuana was found in her car and believed she intentionally left the child in the car. Lee was charged with second-degree murder and possession of marijuana and was booked to the Coastal Correctional Center on a $1.2 million bond. Officials have also confirmed that the young mother had previously left her daughter, Avery, Avery, now 3, in a hot car in 2019. Avery is now in custody. Avery is now in custody of a family member, according to the Department of Children and Family Services. Lee also lost custody of her 3-year-old daughter, Avery, in 2019, but she left her in a hot car as well, and Charles County custody of a family member. Lee also lost custody of her 3-year-old daughter, Avery. Okay, we read that. In May, the mother wished herself a happy Mother's Day, writing on Facebook. Being a mother is definitely not easy, but the love you receive from your kids is unconditional. I can't spend time to I can't spend today with the amazing little girl that made me a mother, but I know she feels me every day. Ave, my oldest, you always have the biggest part of my heart, no matter what anybody told you. And Misa, my youngest, I know you will love your sister, love your sister if you ever got the chance to meet her. Now, let me show you something. I'm going to show you a picture of the mother. You ready? She cared more about this right here and this. And obviously, she's pregnant in this picture. This is the thing. I don't understand why women get pregnant again if they can't take care of the first child. So, you get pregnant again after leaving your first child in a vehicle. And then you do it to your second child and kills your second child. You're 22 and should not even be able to have children. You're young and irresponsible. So why later on continue having children if you can't take care of yourself in a mature way? You just ruined your life by trying to be, not, first of all, how do you forget that your child's in a car and then goes to work? And this is not the first time you did this. This is the second time you did it. And I'm thinking it was intentionally. And the fact that she's charged for second degree murder and not first degree murder is it's something wrong with the system. She should be charged with first degree murder. Because it's not the first time this happened, this is the second time. So something ain't right. That's all I'm saying. Something is not right. For her to be getting a smack on her wrist, she should be charged with second degree murder. First degree murder, my fault. Um, I don't know why people have children. They leave their children in vehicles. I think that it's going to make the situation better. You have parents go to court, no remorse. It's like why have them if you're going to abuse them, basically. If you're going to leave them in a vehicle. Vehicles is like a bathtub. When you run the water, it heats. So there's so much oil in the vehicle that when you start up a vehicle and you run it, you turn it off. Say turn on a washer or a dryer or a tub. Because you turn the nozzle hot or cold. So you turn that off, it overheats. So you killed your child the first time, and the second time you was unsuccessful. Now, I think that why is she in prison? When she gets to prison, she needs to be, and while she's in jail, she needs to be taking a whole boatload of parenting classes because something ain't right. All right, and for her to continue getting pregnant and getting pregnant, and then if she can't take care of her responsibility, and women get pregnant for the benefit that they can get for the child. Let me tell you this: women love talking about how low down men are, but you ain't no better than a man, right? You ain't no better than a man. because women do the same exact things men do. They kill their kids, shoot, rob, steal, do all that. So what makes you better than me? You know what I'm saying? So think about that for a second, woman. You have children, you need help. You could have easily take your children to a mother, to the grandmother, and have them and watch the child. You don't have to take a child to work with you, and if you get that there was a vehicle, um, this mother needs a whole boatload of getting parenting classes and needs to stop having children. Because obviously, she can't raise her children without killing her children. So obviously, she needs to stop having children. This story should bring awareness to women who are single parent women who think that it's easy to take care of a bunch of children. Good, if you need the help, lean on your family for the help. Don't take your children away with you and think that nothing can happen because it's cruel. And it's called negligence. And especially not children negligence homicide. Although it won't be negligence because the second time it happens, they're upgraded from negligence to now second degree murder. Because they're thinking now it's intentional because it's the second time. So, and I just think she should be charged honestly with first degree manslaughter or something. Second degree murder, I think it's just the easy way out. Even though she's going to receive about 30 years in prison for it, 20 to 30 years. But I think she needs to do hard time because it's not the first time she did this. And Louisiana, I don't know Louisiana statute for second degree murder. I believe it's like 10 to 20 years. But she needs to do some time for this. This ain't okay whatsoever. And people who think that it's okay to kill their kids in a vehicle, you have nothing coming. You don't know what you plan. You plan with fire because the system is going to start upgrading these charges to first degree. So if you ain't thinking twice, you need to think now. Like, comment, and subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I drop a brand new banger on this channel. Please subscribe to this channel. Save Our Children TV. I'm going to show you my channel. I want you to subscribe to it. It's very, very important that you subscribe to it today so you'll be notified every single time. This is my channel right here. If you can see it. Save Our Children TV. Please subscribe here today. So you got to do. Subscribe to it. I'm going to show you subscribe at. I'm going to show you. You see there? Thumbs it up. You see there? Hit the subscribe. Thumbs it up. You see there? Hit the subscribe. Thank you. Peace.